Hello and welcome to today's episode of This is Caddy Code podcast. Today I'm joined by our regulars Frank and Yukis, whilst there's no sign of Ilkay. So how are you guys doing today?
Well, thanks, Dom. I'm doing great. Just miss Ilkay a little bit. Hopefully he will come back soon.
Yeah, hopefully so. How about you, Frank?
I'm good, man. Having a good morning, drinking my tea, ready to talk.
Right, so out of the three of us, only Frank watched the Denizli game, and that featured the debut of Alexander Karavayev. So do you want to tell us what you sort of thought of the game, how the team performed, and what were your first impressions of our new signing?
First off, the team performed like I thought we would. I was hoping for at least 5 goals, and they duly delivered. And with Karavayev, he had a few jitters in the beginning. He when he came into the game after Volkan Şen got his injury in the game, which is not looking good as well. Maybe we could open up another bracket for that. But he got a goal and an assist. I mean, it's a dream start. It's a dream debut for any player, especially since we only paid $150,000 for him to come for 6 months, which is a bargain. He showed his speed, and I remember I was saying that he was good at the tap-ins. His positioning in the box is great. He had a great tap-in from a pass, and he's going to do great. He just had a few jitters, small little mistakes, but, I mean, that's normal.
That's good to hear. I mean, yeah, I saw the highlights, so I can't judge a player on that, but obviously he got the goal and assist, and that's good news. Let's talk about the Volkan Şen injury then. So, Yukis, how do you think this is going to affect the team with Şen out for, I think it's 3 weeks?
Well, it will affect. He has been even though he hasn't scored a lot or assisted many goals, he's really good player for Dick, because he makes the important runs behind the defense, and he's really unpredictable and really hard to defend. So I think it will affect a little bit. We don't have now a spacey winger for the other wing as we have now only Lenz in the other wing. So it will affect us, but I don't know. Will we change the system, the formation, or will we just put there Atif or someone else? Not really sure.
How about you, Frank? What do you think the impact of this injury is going to be on the team?
There will be an impact on depth. His form has kind of dwindled in the last probably 7 games or so. He's been having fans rip out their hair in most cases, but I mean, he's always fought very hard. He's always had energy, and even though he hasn't played well, he's always given his all on the field. But it will affect in a way of depth. I mean, we got Karavayev, who could play on the left, and Stoch, and we have Atif, but like Yuka said, our right wing is now a little shaky, especially since Lenz has been injured twice with us already during this loan spell, and I think we'd be in big trouble if we lost him.
Yeah, I mean, whilst Volkan Şen is like you said, irritating to watch, he can be. He definitely does add depth to the team. I mean, we do have players, I'm sure some can switch wings, and, I don't think we'll ever be in a full-on crisis. But, yeah, he's a creative player, but he's not all. I mean, maybe it might be useful playing some other players. I mean, I remember I enjoyed us playing when we had Atif on one wing and Lenz on the other. I thought that's when we were playing our probably best football. But anyway, speaking of Atif Şeşu, the name we all commonly associate with him nowadays is Mehmet Akici. And so Atif he's rejected the chance to go to Trabzon in this saga that's been going on for the couple of days now. And this means, that Mehmet Akici cannot come to us in a swap deal. He might still come to us if we pay the money to Trabzon, but at the moment all we know for sure is Artif is staying with the club. So, Frank, what do you think about this?
I always wanted Artif to stay. I think even though he's 30 years old, he's a great example to the younger generation because of his work ethic. I've talked about that before. And I'm happy he'll stay, but financially I'm not sure because with him trading over there, the financial burden of Mehmet Ekici wouldn't be affecting the club. But we do have the upper hand with Mehmet Ekici because if we don't pay or try to get him during this transfer window, we just wait 6 months and get him for free. Especially since he's already said that he doesn't want to go to any other club in Turkey other than Fenerbahçe because Beşiktaş have tried and supposedly he wants to come to Fenerbahçe. So we'll see. But Artif is now at the training grounds in Antalya.
Yeah.
And supposedly there was rumors that he wanted to go to Antalya Spor as well, but those are really weak. But we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, there are players who can be sold that we've talked about. I mean, I haven't heard... The rumours have been very quiet recently, but maybe we'll be able to acquire the funds for Mehmet Ekici. But what do you think? Are you happy to see Artif still at the club, Yukis?
Yeah, I am. I'm really big fan of Artif, but he hasn't been playing as much as I was hoping. That's why I thought that maybe the swap deal would be okay. If he would be happy to go to Trabzon, but if he didn't, then I think it's the right decision. And I hope that some of the fans won't boo for him now, since we lost Ekici because he didn't go there. Because I have seen some disgusting stuff in Twitter already.
Yeah.
Like go away, make room for Ekici and stuff.
Yeah.
Because that will affect the whole team really. If the fans will boo in the stands to any single player.
Yeah. It's definitely not ideal with these fans thinking this way. I mean, you sort of think that a player rejecting the chance to go to Trabzon would make them a hero in the eyes of the fans, but it's not in this case. And I mean, who can really blame him? We're fighting for the championship, and Trabzonspor seem to be fighting relegation. So it's no surprise he wants to stay. And I think, while he's sort of he's very committed to the clubs he's with, and I don't think he'd be satisfied by just a 6-month stay at Fenerbahçe. I think he does want to stay and prove his worth, and he's probably aiming to see out his whole contract here.
Yeah, and with the fans, it's also really hard because they got to understand that this guy has made a contract. Our board has made a contract with him. This guy's not a slave where we could just put him from place to place whenever we want to. That's why we have contracts with the players, and it's up to him to say yes or no. If he says no, comes back to the team, and things move on. He keeps playing. And I heard that the board is actually kind of irritated with him as well, which I don't understand it as well because it's not their choice. It's his choice to go or not. They made the deal, and then the clubs have to also talk with the players. It's not just board to board. I was reading other things. I don't know if it's rumors or true, but they were trying to force him out and everything. So I hope it's not true, and I hope now that when he comes back that it will just be, just like he was playing with us before.
Yeah, I hope as well. So finally, I think, Frank, you were saying about the financial fair play. There might be some changes to this ruling that's obviously dominated our transfer windows.
Yeah, supposedly our board has made a request to UEFA and the FFP board that because we have a 3-year contract, not a contract but a plan on regulations that we need to abide by so we don't get banned from Europe another year. And we're supposed to watch our expenditure for the last 3 years and slowly drop it down to a certain amount. I forgot the exact numbers, but it drops down by 5 million or so every year. But with the recent terror attacks and the Turkish TL plummeting to the dollar and the euro, they're saying that there needs to be a revisement to the contract and agreement with the FFP regulations because that would mean that the whatever the contract has said has changed because the money is going to be completely different because some things are ran off the Turkish lira, some is off the euro. So they've made their request to the FFP, and the board for them is looking at it in positive reaction, supposedly, and this might help the other clubs in Turkey as well because they would be affected as well.
Yeah, it would be good to see us get off. This to work out for us, and maybe it could result in some good January signings. We could possibly get Mehmet Akiji by paying actual money for him instead of doing a player swap or something. That would be ideal. But yeah, I feel like we've come to the end of the episode. So, any last words either would you like to say, or do you think you've said enough?
Oh, that's me. All right.
I talked to him.
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, if you don't have anything to say, it's fine.
The wait is a bit too long for the next game.
Yeah. Well,
can't wait to see us playing again.
I think we've got a Dana sport on Sunday.
15th.
Yeah, 15th. Yeah, so
yeah,
I guess we'll be back with a podcast around then. In which case, we hope to see you soon, and hopefully Ilkay will be with us.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Let's hope. Thanks.